Jehan Perera is the Executive Director at the National Peace Council of Sri Lanka. Welcome to the programme, Jehan. So we are one Rajapaksa down. What will it take for the President to step down? And we see right now that the death toll is at 5 people. We've seen these images as well. Is this moving towards the President stepping down? And is this moving the country in a more positive direction?
The main slogan of the protesters has been that the President steps down, that the President should take responsibility for the economic crisis the country is in. In fact, it is this economic crisis that has turned the Sri Lankan people against the government and the Rajapaksa family. This was unimaginable 3 months ago. Even no one would have thought that the people would be so furious against the Rajapaksa family and even the government. But the fact that we are standing in lines for hours to get petrol, there is no cooking gas, there are power cuts, electricity cuts, prices have doubled, basic medicines are not available. These are the reasons why people have been protesting for 1 month. Peacefully, very peacefully, in front of the presidential secretariat, although they have been making very insulting slogans and demands, but they have been doing it peacefully. And this morning, the Prime Minister met with his local councillors, and over 1,000 of them, maybe 2,000. And then after that meeting, they all came out and went and attacked these peaceful protesters. This is what has catalyzed the scenes that you are seeing now. But it's very frightening for us because now we see the law of the jungle unleashed by our own government on us.
How worse could that get, Jehan? Sorry to interrupt. I mean, looking at those images and as you say, the law of the jungle being unleashed by your own government, how bad could it get?
We really don't know. We are very worried because, I mean, it has turned against the government. Government ministers' houses are being burnt, very powerful government ministers. Even the Prime Minister's residence, a venerable institution, is under threat. Apparently the gate has been burnt now, and the soldiers are there firing tear gas. We are very, very worried. We don't know what's going to happen in the night. I think that the President stepping down would probably ease the situation. But then again, we are not sure who's going to replace the President and the Prime Minister, because the leader of the opposition has said he does not want to take over. He said he doesn't want to take over for 2 reasons. One, he said he wants to take over after an election and with the people's mandate. And secondly, he said he does not want to work under a Rajapaksa. But if both Rajapaksas go, there'll be a lot of pressure on him to take over. He attended the protest today. He wanted to come and show solidarity with those who were being assaulted by the pro-government goons. And then he himself was attacked and he himself was assaulted. So it's a very uncertain situation that we are facing at this time.
Incredible, Jehan. And these scenes that we're seeing in Sri Lanka, where does that leave the IMF negotiations, the international funds that the country so desperately needs? Clearly, this is adding to instability.
Yes, even before this instability, these attacks, this violence, we were talking about the IMF coming in about 6 months. Because the IMF says 2 things. One is they want a stable government. We didn't have a stable government. And secondly, they want a concrete plan by the Sri Lankan government which shows that it can repay its debt in the longer term, that it should be able to generate more revenue and also reduce its expenditure. Now, none of that has happened. And now with this happening, we are really very concerned. We actually need now support from friendly countries. And we are getting it. We are getting a lot of it from India, neighboring India. India has turned out to be our godparent. And also we have got some of it from China. But we need more. We need the West to give it. And it is possible that if the Rajapaksas leave with their record of human rights violations, with their record of being anti-Tamil and anti-Muslim, that maybe the Western countries will be more generous towards us.
Jehan Perera, thank you so much for speaking to us today on this important day in Sri Lanka. Appreciate your time and thoughts.